Color theory. I left it in the sun, and this is a very good depiction of exactly how your hair color is going to fade out of your hair. Reds and oranges are the first to go. You can see every single orange, red, copper shade that I had in my hair has now turned to nothing but gold. I have an hour and a half free in my day. Let's color my entire head. I want to go off of experienced and use what I've already used in the past, but I also know that at the moment I have no less than 4 different shades of blonde and gold and coppery colors on my head. However, if I were to just use my head and use color theory with a very sun-faded color wheel, there's actually kind of no other color than one that I should actually put on all of my hair. Let's bring in some festive cheer. Granted, it's the middle of June, but I'll take some festivities. Just like that decorative tree is well past its due date for when it should have been removed, my roots are kind of undergoing the exact same thing. Oh. I launched my second annual sample sale, which for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it is my annual wig sale where I put on the market every single wig sample, prototype, test, color, and design that I've worked on in the past year and basically open it up to the public. And it's always a bit interesting to see how the public's gonna react because they're technically not ready to buy products. They're a sample sale. They're half finished or not quite what we envisioned, so on and so forth. I had 17 units that I posted. They're almost entirely gone. 24 hours, 17 wigs, just poof. Anyway, so I've been really busy kind of trying to catch up with that, which means that my own hair is looking absolutely atrocious. And as a hair specialist slash wig owner, this is a bit disgraceful. Ashamed to say it, woman enough to admit it. So earlier in the year, I made the bold claim that I wanted to go back to my natural hair color for the exact same scenario that I'm describing right now. I do not have the time to do hair touch-ups as frequently as I wish I could. There used to be a time where I would dye my hair twice a month. It's my natural hair color right here. This is a copper version of this hair color, but the same depth, right? It is not darker, it is not lighter, it's the same, it is just orange. Then we've got what I'm going to say is like peak orange hair. It's like copper galore. And then golden blonde, severely golden blonde at the ends. Had its moment, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's not even so much the patchiness that I'm minding, although it is not helping. It is just, there's no story. There was once, but then the roots grew out, the color faded, it's gone. So today's goal is very, very simple, but it also is very pragmatic. I need to get my hair neutral and socially acceptable. And by that, I do not mean boring. I need to go back to something natural. Plan 1, grab color remover, and I would apply it strategically on just this chunk of dye to lift that up to be somewhat similar to this, so that I can then apply a concoction all over to kind of bring it to one uniform color. 2 problems with that. 1, I don't currently have color remover. It's as simple as that. And I don't want to use bleach. 2, I don't have the time. Instead, we're using my best friend, secondary to this plan, color theory. This used to be a really, really, really clear, concise cut color wheel, except I left it in the sun. And this is a very good depiction of exactly how your hair color is going to fade out of your hair. Reds and oranges are the first to go. Purples will turn into a disgusting color. Blues and greens and yellows will stick to your hair like a tick to your skin. These colors, exactly as it is right here on this sheet of paper, will not fade from your hair. You could see every single orange, red, copper shade that I had in my hair has now turned to nothing but gold. My own hair color is exactly beige. It isn't reflecting too warm, it's also not reflecting too cold. However, if I were to go in with my exact hair color on my copper color, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna mix the neutral, right? This is where neutral lives in hair world. If I apply that dye, that color onto my orange base, the color is gonna end up somewhere in the middle, which means I would actually end up with this. Get it? Color theory. So, current color, ideal color, applied color. Basically, I have to put some degree of blue into my hair. Now, I could go super, super hardcore and go in with a straight up silver. This is traditionally what you would use if you want to go as neutral as possible. I am also happy to have just a smidge of warmth. Remember, my own natural color is a bit beige, which means it reads a bit icy, but not too much. I think I'm just gonna go in with ash, maybe a smidge of ultra ash, just enough blue to cancel out the orange and leave me kind of still warm-ish being the keyword here. One other thing, I want to be using 20 volume on my hair for the very first time in quite a while. I traditionally stick to 10 volume. Welcome to this view of the parquet flooring that I laid. Okay, the first color that I'm going to pretty obviously start with is a 7-1. This is literally just my exact depth of hair with just enough ash to cancel out some of the orange. To anyone who's new to the channel, I am using the Schwarzkopf Igora range. I learned this range like the back of my hand when I was very young in my hair career, and so this is what I'm familiar with. However, you can use this very same color theory approach with any brand of dye. Now, I do fully believe that 7-1 on its own is not potent enough as a blue. I do think there is an opportunity to go just a bit more. The 6-12, which is what I want to do, is much closer to the value that I want to reach, versus 7-1 is already shifting more towards neutrality. I think 6-12 on its own is going to be a bit too dark, so I'm also going to mix in just a hint. 8-11. I'm actually going to be mixing equal parts 10 volume and 20 volume, so we mix 15 volume. It's going to be kind of like a best of both worlds. Just enough lift to add brightness to my ends, but not too much that it's going to bleach my roots. 80 grams of dye, 40 grams, 20 volume, 40 grams, 10 volume. There's a high likelihood I'm actually going to run out of this dye very soon, so we're going to see how far this gets us. Mix, mix, mix. If you're using something like a box dye, you're gonna look for anything that says ash, silver, cool toned, anything like that. Although I will say the numbering on box dyes is traditionally much more different than professional use salons. So names are gonna get you further than trying to analyze box dye numbers. Yogurt. As always, starting with a very good brush out. My hair went through a very bizarre shedding phase during the winter season, which is very, very normal. Mine lasted, I think, well into April, which is a bit longer than it is normally, and I was genuinely starting to panic. And now I'm here, and it's like, oh, never mind. I'm literally going to section out the bottom half of my hair, because on top of this color change, I'm also planning pretty intense haircut, which means that a lot of my ends are going to be cut off. Anytime we're doing any sort of a color correction, which this definitely is, the best thing that we're always going to do is get good visibility, which means that we're not going to be applying on unclean edges. So I want to always see exactly where I need to put it. Section 1, section 2, bottom section for last. The minute you take out a small section, you can immediately see just how many slices and bands of colors there actually is. I think this is a placebo effect, but that already looks like it's blended and better. Maybe it's just me. Look at how many shades that is. And this isn't even me dragging my own work. This is literally just the reality of coloring. This root touch-up needed to happen like 2 weeks ago. Now I'll let you enjoy and listen to these great sounds of color applied to the hair, which I know some of you hate, so just skip forward if you don't like it. Gotta lock in. I forgot the K18. I have a surplus of K18 products in my studios, and I religiously forget that I should apply it on my hair. I'll leave this out for when I get to the ends of my hair, but anyways. I don't know if this is turning out good, but it's no longer orange, so that's already a massive step up for me. Now I'm gonna color the rest of my hair all over and then see what we're left with. I am not seeing orange anymore. I'm definitely still seeing that warmth right underneath all of this blue. You can see that the ash is really pulling a bit of blue, especially here towards the front, but then when we actually kind of split it apart, you can see that it's still got warmed underneath. There's one. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna leave this on for an additional 20 minutes. I've just finished the back portion now, so this is still quite a bit orange, but I wanna leave this on, wash it off, and then come back with a color that should be somewhat even in comparison to what the beginning color was. I have faith, I have hope, I'm not gonna lie. What I do not have faith in is reselling this Dior necklace. I dropped dye down the back of my neck, which landed right onto the pearls, which are no longer pearls, they're beads. It comes to find out. Responsible adult and love everything. Color theory. Hey look, we're almost back to our natural hair color. So this is what 30 minutes and a wash later looks like. Pretty impressed with this. Oh my god. So this is what my hair looks like at the moment. I can still see obviously the tonal variation right here, right at the bottom, which is bugging me. However, I also feel like this is a successful enough result for this point in the transformation. So I'm actually gonna go do something that I think is going to help this out a lot better and come and share with you the finished result of my back to blonde transformation. Because the ends were looking a bit dry. My boyfriend just walked in and told me that this looks like the hair color that my hair color fades into when I have a brighter hair color, and I get what he means. When was the last time I had a neutral color? Also, I cut like this much off. So let's get into it. Never mind, I changed that hairstyle. This is so much better. Without sounding way too corny, I feel like I am seeing myself how I would be as a child, but in the grown-up version of myself. I'm seeing someone who grew. I haven't seen me with hair like this in maybe 15 years. Probably more. And I'm surprised at how much I actually love this. Hold on. So this is the hair completed with the haircut paired with it. Initially, I was thinking that the haircut might have been too much for this transformation, but now I'm actually thinking, no, it was absolutely needed for this transformation to feel complete. First of all, my hair feels incredible. Scratch that, it feels amazing. It feels gorgeous and funny enough as though my own natural hair would feel if it didn't have an ounce of color on it. Obviously, it's got a fuck ton of color on it. Not only does it have all the residual colors from before because I did not use a color remover, but it also has the added permanent color that I ended up using and mixing on my hair. That being said, I will say it looks quite natural. Low-key, insanely obsessed. My natural hair color paired with my favorite haircut paired with my very, very, very favorite hairstyle. I know this hasn't been me for quite a while. I am very often known as the girl who tries very bright, very ballsy, daring hair colors. And to see me go back to my naturals, it does feel a bit like the end of an era. Or like the beginning of a new one. I've spent a very great number of my later teenage years and my young adult years trying every single color under the sun, and trust me, I have tried them all. Obviously, if you want to continue to see those, you can rewatch any of my videos. I have a number of playlists that kind of encapsulate my entire hair color collective. However, I'm actually very excited to see where this new era is going to lead me. I was contemplating adding highlights into it and maybe bleaching the ends, but I'm actually really in love with just how it's looking at the moment, seemingly untouched by anything. Knowing me, I will invent something by next week, maybe even like a Taylor Swift fringe moment, which could be a vibe. But until then, I think I'm gonna just enjoy whatever this is and see where this gets me. If you haven't already, give the subscribe button a click, send it to your family members, and go through all of my playlists if you want to learn more about how to color, bleach, and style your own hair, as well as cut it yourself, because that is something that I absolutely love doing. The entire formula that I used in this video is going to be linked down in the description box below, as well as the waiver that I did end up using on the off chance that you do want to give it a go. What are your thoughts? Visit my other hair coloring playlists right over here if you want to get more creative with the colors, or else check out all of the wigs, hair tools, and accessories that I sell and produce right here, right now.